Hey everyone, welcome to Code Harmony. Today we are going to cover LeetCode problem ID 2109, adding spaces to a string. The question is marked as medium, but you are going to find it very easy. And these kind of questions are just to give us the idea when we have to deal with the dynamic string building and when we are able to efficiently do the string operations. And this question has been asked in Amazon and Meta recently. Let's have a look on the problem statement. Let me directly explain the statement to you with the help of an example. Here we will be given a string s and integer array spaces. And what are these values? These are the indices before which we have to insert a space in the given string. So let's say first value is 8. So we have to insert one space before 8 index and one space before 13 index. So this will be my resultant string. And we have to return this string from our function. So how do we do this operation? They are saying that this is the string given to you and you just have to insert spaces whenever you are encountering an index 8 or 13 or index from the spaces array. Here in this case, if we are going to utilize the inbuilt functions, then I don't think that it will be a very efficient solution, because we just have to iterate once and add the space one by one whenever we are encountering the index. It means that we are going to build the new string character by character. That is called dynamic string building. Most of the languages are having a wrapper for that. Let's say in the Java. In the Java, we have Spring Builder class, which is used to dynamically build a string. If we think of not building the string dynamically by character and character, let's say we decided to go with the inbuilt functions. And if we do the processing for this index only, and we get the resultant string S1. And then on S1, we are processing this index, 13. So these are going to be very costly operations. So the best approach for us would be like start building the string character by character, and whenever we are encountering this index from the spaces, we are going to insert the space. Let's say I'm using a pointer I to iterate over the string from 0 to 14. And then if I maintain a pointer for this spaces, let's call it j. What I can do is I can manually use character by character from this string. So I'm picking the first character and picking the second character, and along with the operation, I will keep on checking whether the I is not matching with the jth element. Let's call it j pointer, which is starting to the 0. Initially I was 0. So when it was 0, 0 is not matching at the 0th element in the spaces. So 0 is not matching with it. Whenever we are matching our current pointer in the s string with spaces value, we are just directly going to enter spaces, because we are building our string dynamically, and this is like a buffer. And in the buffer, we are adding character one by one. 0 I added, 1 I added, and I am adding 2, then 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7. And when I'm coming to 8, I'm seeing that this I value is equal to the jth value in the spaces. In that case, I will add another space in my buffer, and then I will do the same processing. I will add ith element, and when we added space, I will just increment my j. So my j will be pointing to 1 now, and I will keep on doing this case. I was at 9, so 9 is not equal to 13, so I will just add the character to my buffer. I is 10. 10 is not equal to jth value, just add it. 11 also added, 12 also added. And when we are at 13, now my I value is 13 and j value is 13. When I'm going in this block, I will see that values are matching. If values are matching, I will just insert another space in the buffer and I will complete that iteration. For I equal to 13, we have processed it. Now I is 14 and it is not matching. J is going out of bound. J value is getting equal to 2. So 2 is not a valid j value. So we are not going to compare it, and I will just add 14 in the buffer. So what I did is I had two values. One is s string and the second one is spaces array. Spaces array is going to have indices. To this spaces array, I am taking a pointer j. For string, I am taking a pointer I, and this I pointer will go from 0 to n-1. And I will keep on adding element in my buffer. This will be the string buffer. And whenever the element at I is equal to spaces jth value in the spaces. In that case, I will just add another space in it, because the string buffer is nothing, we are just capturing characters. So while capturing character, if this condition is matching, I will just capture spaces as well. So that capturing is on the like a increasing order, like a string. In the end, what I can do is string buffer dot toString. So what I did is I just did one iteration over my string. Now what will be the time complexity? Time is going to be equal to, we are adding characters in this string, and how many operations we did? N from the string and M from the spaces array. So N plus M is going to be my time complexity. What about the space complexity? Space complexity is that we are using this string buffer to store my answer, but anyway we have to store our answer. So if we just ignore, if I just ignore the auxiliary space, apart from this string buffer, we are not taking any extra space. We can consider it constant space operation, because the given input is string literal. Anyway, we have to like take a string value. So now time and space complexity is clear to us. We'll just quickly code this approach. First of all, I'm going to take a string builder class to store my characters dynamically. Now I'm maintaining two pointers. Let's say j is for my spaces array. J is initially 0 and I will be for my string. I equal to 0, I less than s dot length I plus plus. Let's say we don't have to add any space. So what we will do in that case, string buffer dot append s dot character at I, and in the end I can return sb dot toString. Now we have one special thing, that whenever this I value is getting equal to spaces of j, if that is becoming equal, I will do one thing, adding space in my string buffer. String buffer dot append a space character in that case. Now j is incremented, so initially it is going to compare for 8. If my I in this string is getting equal to 8, then it will add a space and increment the pointer. Next time it will look for 13 and then 15 and so on. And there might be the possibility that this value is going out of bound. Let's say we are doing the iteration over I and this j value is going out of bound. So we also have to check whether j is between the limit. So what is the limit of j? J should be less than spaces dot length. In short, the value of j should be valid. J value should be from 0 to spaces dot length minus 1. Now this much is the code. Let's try to test over sample test cases. Sample test cases are passed. I'm submitting the problem. It is submitted successfully. I hope you have understood the problem. Thank you guys. Bye bye. Just keep in mind that we are using a dynamic buffer to store our answer. So this is what is expected in these kind of problems.